Hey guys, welcome back. We get an extra video this week as we are on episode 3 here of Draft Day Sports Pro Football 2021 with the Chicago Bears. So, the plan in this episode is to sim through the rest of the regular season, get through the postseason, and then see how the offseason works with this game. I've only done it once or twice. And we'll just sort of see how it goes from there. The first couple videos didn't do all that well in regards to, or I guess relatively speaking, to some of the other stuff I've done. But I want to give it a chance because I love the Wolverine Studios stuff. So I want to sort of see how things go here. So we are currently 4-4. We are in third place in the NFC North. It's been the definition of an up and down season for us so far. We lost game 1, then we won 2 in a row, then we lost one, then we lost one, won one, then we lost one, then we won one, then we lost one. So we're going to be taking on the Tennessee Titans here in week number 9. When we get through week 13, that'll be 12 games for us. We'll pause and we will look at the statistics. We are 6.5-point underdogs here in Tennessee. And let's see what happens. We get destroyed 41-7. Not good. So Ryan Tannehill throws 3 touchdown passes. Mitch Trubisky throws 1 touchdown, 3 picks. Tariq Cohen 15 for 64. Allen Robinson with a pretty good game, 7 for 117. Defensively, Trevis Gibson, 7 tackles. Roquan Smith had 2 tackles for losses, had a forced fumble recovery. But overall, just another bad game. So let's sim through the week. Look at our mail. Nothing to really look at because we were bad. Injury report. Eddie Jackson's out for 4 to 6 weeks. Ige Buine is doubtful with a broken arm, or fractured arm. Anderson, questionable. Vaughters, probable. Leno Jr., probable. James Daniels signed his contract. I don't remember exactly what it was we offered him, but we will take a look here. Because it's been over a week since I've played this last. So, James Daniels, where is he? Right here. Oh, it's okay. Not a bad contract at all. So, 1.4 next year, 1.3 in 2023, and then just under 1.1 in 2024. So I will take that. I believe we had a contract offer out to somebody else. I can't remember who it was. I'm sure we can look. Was it Tariq Cohen? It may have been Tariq Cohen. May have been Tariq Cohen. Yeah, I think. I don't remember. But let's do a front-loaded schedule, or front-loaded offer, because, I mean, as we all know, running backs have a very limited shelf life in the NFL, so let's offer him that. Close this, and let's get to our next week. Let's see if we can end this 2-game losing streak as we take on the Minnesota Vikings at home in the snow. And we lose 30-20. We were down 23-6 at half. Tried to make a run of it in the fourth quarter. No good there. Allen Robinson and Trevor Davis, each with touchdown receptions. Trubisky still completing less than 50% of his passes, so we're going to have to sort that out, but that's not a this year problem. Mitch is probably gone not long after this season, so we will start over with a new quarterback next year. Mooney had 4 catches, which is nice. We moved him into the starting lineup last year, or earlier this year after we traded A.J. Green, who we signed as a free agent. Roquan Smith with 8 tackles. Crawford with a pick. No sacks. All right, so we have now lost 3 games in a row. Tariq Cohen signed his contract. Cool. So we get Tariq locked up for 3 years. A lot of players are unhappy because we're losing. That makes sense. It's understandable. And we lose Tariq Cohen for 6 to 8 weeks. So there's that. So we are going to have to put Tariq on the injured reserve. Roster management, Tariq Cohen, moved to injured reserve. Do we have a running back we can bring in? No, we only have Connor and Montgomery now. We are going to need to go out and sign ourselves a free agent. How long is Eddie Jackson out for? 2 to 4 weeks. Urban's doubtful. He's okay. I'm just making sure there's nobody else who's out long term. So we need to look for free agents. We need to bring in a free agent running back, and we will do that right after these messages. All right, we're back, and we need a running back. Doesn't need to be anything spectacular. Somebody who is passable, since we are likely just going to have David Montgomery kind of carrying the load. It looks like Darius Jackson. Yeah, he looks like he's okay. We'll sign him to the active roster. And then we have to go to the depth chart. And we'll put Darius Jackson in as our backup. And let's get to the next game. Let's get through season number 1 here and see what that offseason looks like. So we're taking on... we have a bye this week. Right. Okay. So we are on to week 12, taking on the Packers. Everyone's unhappy because we're not winning. Tyler Bray's not happy because he's not playing. Well, tough. And all right, so we're taking on the Packers in Green Bay. It's snowing in 19 in the frozen tundra. And we lose again, 34 to 14. So our season is quickly deteriorating here as we get a touchdown pass to Ben Brownacre. Jamal Williams rushes for 3 touchdowns. David Montgomery picks up a 2-yard touchdown run. Another bad game for Mitch Trubisky. And that's all there is to say about that. Roquan Smith with 11 tackles. Lucas Gibson and E.A. Bagunwe with a sack. I'll get his name eventually. And Kyle Fuller with a pick. So let's sim through the rest of this week. Let's take a look at our team stats through 12 games, and then we'll sim through the regular season. Mitch Trubisky still completing less than 50% of his passes. That doesn't happen in today's NFL, but that's okay. Only 6 picks through 11 games. I mean, he's only thrown 11 touchdowns, but only 6 picks. So that is fine. Cohen is done for the year. David Montgomery is going to pick up the load. Our running game hasn't been bad this year. And we have a couple, I'd say we have one decent receiver in Allen Robinson and some potential in Darnell Mooney. Anthony Miller is pretty much a bust. So, and then defensively, Roquan Smith leads us in tackles. Kyle Fuller with 4 picks. Jalen Johnson with 3. Johnson's going to be an up-and-comer for us. He's only 21 years old. Kyle Fuller is 28. He wants the maximum $10 million. I don't think we're going to be able to afford. Well, we might be able to if we cut some additional salary. Like Khalil Mack in this is not the real Khalil Mack. He's only a 72. So, and I guess some of that potentially could have to do with our scouting. Total budget. Yeah, can I change this? We only have $1 million of our $20 million that goes into scouting. That feels pretty garbagey. Do we have a finances? Maybe that's something we can only do in the off season. League office, export data, inbox. Let's go to the inbox and get rid of all this stuff. Yeah, everyone's still not happy. I get it. Trust me, guys. I get it. But I don't think there's an actual finances page. Maybe there will be in the off season. Who the hell knows? We'll figure it out. So let's keep going. Let's get through this first season because really it's all about the off season here in year number 1 to see what sorts of improvements we can make. So let's see what happens here against the Lions in week 13. Another loss, this time 20-10. Darius Jackson, we brought him in. He caught a touchdown pass. Mitch Trubisky completes 13 of 32. Very nice. Montgomery, 19 carries, 61 yards. Roquan Smith, another 8 tackles. So we got a pretty solid staple there in Roquan Smith. He's a pretty good one. We're going to end up with a high pick at this point as we just keep losing games. All right, let's see what happens against the Texans. 20-17 loss. David Montgomery, 2 touchdown runs in this game. Mitch finally completes more than 50% of his passes. Allen Robinson, 5 catches for 41 yards. Kyle Fuller, 11 tackles, 2 picks. Wow. We may have to figure out a way to bring Fuller back. We're going to have to cut some salary in order to do that, I think. But so we're 4-9. Where do we stand from a standings perspective? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right now we would have the 7th pick in the draft, which is not good. I expected us to be better than that. But when your quarterback's completing less than 50% of his passes, and that's something we'll take a look at, because honestly, this year is just about getting through the year, and then we can rebuild the team from the ground up, and that's really what I intend on doing here. So we win 35-23. David Montgomery, 10 rushes, 139 yards. Kyle Fuller with a 100-yard kickoff return. Mooney caught a touchdown pass. Robinson caught a touchdown pass. Montgomery had a touchdown run. Darius Jackson had a touchdown run. So he's been a nice addition. Look at that. 9 carries, 108 yards for Jackson, 10 for 139 for Montgomery. Our running game was elite. 22 carries, 244 yards. Robinson had a touchdown catch. Mooney had a touchdown catch. That was a good game. I mean, he still completed less than 50% of his passes, but we won. All right, game number 16, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Can we win 2 in a row? No, we get destroyed. Mitch completes 20% of his passes. Allen Robinson, 8 catches for 100 yards. David Montgomery had a touchdown run. Ooh, that's not good. So we go from averaging over 10 yards a carry to averaging just about a yard a carry. 26 carries for 27 yards out of our 2 starting running backs. That ain't going to get it done. Kyle Fuller had another pick. He's got 7 interceptions and 111 tackles. Trevis Gibson, oof, look at that. That kid looks sharp. And he's only a 68 overall, but 76 tackles, 2 picks, 3 interceptions, or 2 picks, 3 sacks. Let's look at all of our. I don't think there's anything necessary. It's all training reports and players being angry that we keep losing, which is fine. All right, let's get through the rest of the regular season. We will review the team. We'll get through the postseason, and then we'll do the offseason. So we take on the Packers. Final game of the year at home is a 27-17 loss. We finished 5-11 on the year. We had David Montgomery touchdown run and a Darnell Mooney touchdown catch from Nick Foles. So Mitch Trubisky, 16 of 20, 171 yards in this one. His most accurate game of the year, but it doesn't matter as it still comes in a loss. Allen Robinson had another nice game. Jalen Johnson with another pick. Eddie Jackson with a pick. Okay, well, that's our season. 5-11. Let's sim through the week and see where we stand, see what we're going to get for a draft pick here, roughly speaking. So there's 1, 2, 3. There are 3 teams with worse records than us. Cincinnati, the Rams. Only 2 teams with worse records than us. Cincinnati and the Rams. So we could end up with the 3rd pick. We could also end up with the 4th, 5th, 6th. We could end up with the 3rd pick or the 7th pick or anywhere in between, depending on tiebreakers and whatnot. So let's take a look at the team stats for the year. So Mitch Trubisky finishes completing 49.5% of his passes, 16 touchdowns. He only threw 8 interceptions. I mean, that's not terrible. Um, yeah, I mean, that's not terrible. Nick Foles had a decent year as a backup. 76, again, less than 50% of his passes, but 4 touchdowns. No, we only threw 8 interceptions in 16 games, so that's not awful. Rushing, David Montgomery finished averaging 4 yards a carry, 6 touchdowns, team leading 753 yards. Tariq Cohen had a nice year before he got hurt. Darius Jackson came in, did a good job for us, 55 carries, 238 yards, and a touchdown. So our running game this year was pretty solid. Receiving, Allen Robinson with another big year, and that was it. I mean, the rest of we need to do something about these wide receivers. We need to get Allen Robinson some help there at wide receiver. And that's part of the reason I think that our quarterbacks only completed 50% of their passes. Their options were just terrible. They had Robinson and nobody else. Defensively, Kyle Fuller, Roquan Smith, Jalen Johnson, Trevis Gibson, Tayshaun Gibson were our four big players. I mean, Kyle Fuller with a great year. 115 tackles, 7 sacks, a forced fumble, 25 passes defended. Roquan Smith, 3 interceptions. He didn't have any sacks, which is a bit surprising. Jalen Johnson, the 21-year-old, had 4 picks. Trevin Gibson, 3 interceptions, 2 sacks. Sacks were spread out pretty evenly. 9 and 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Only 22 sacks on the year. That's not good. Could use some more pressure. A lot of interceptions. We only threw 8 picks on the year. We had 17, 20. We had 22 interceptions, and we were only picked off 8 times. So it really was just a matter of our offense not being able to move the ball. I think defensively we were pretty okay. Need some more explosiveness on the return game. We did have the one good return from Fuller towards the end of the season. Eddie Pinheiro did not have a good year at all. We will be looking for a new kicker next year. 23 out of 33 isn't going to get it done. Who led the team in penalties? Eddie Goldman, Bilal Nichols, Trevis Gibson. It was all defensive players. Cool. All right, so that's that. Let's sim through the postseason that we are not involved in. Okay. Oh, okay, so I have to actually click on. Got it. Okay, so Broncos beat the Colts. Cowboys beat the Niners. Patriots beat the Texans. Ravens give up 55 points to the Tennessee Titans. The Packers beat the Seahawks. The Washington football team beats the Saints. So we go to the division championship games. That's not right. Those aren't the division championship games. All right, so we have the Broncos beat the Tennessee Titans. The Denver Broncos, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Washington football team go to overtime, and the Dallas Cowboys, behind Dak Prescott's 446 yards, lead them to a 26-23 win. Packers and the Lions goes to the Packers. Matt Stafford throws for 355 yards and a loss. And the Patriots and Steelers, go to the Steelers. 41-38. Jed Hoyer with 5 touchdown passes for the Patriots in a losing effort. Conference championship games now. Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl after defeating the Packers 45-29. And in the AFC, it is the Pittsburgh Steelers. So the Dallas Cowboys and Pittsburgh Steelers will be facing off in the Super Bowl. And our Super Bowl winner is the Dallas Cowboys as they defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers 32-25. No scoring in the first. Reggie Robinson with a pick 6. Chris Boswell field goal. A 45-yard touchdown run by Dak Prescott. Give them a 14-3 lead. Steelers would score with just under a minute left. Go into halftime down 14-10. Dak Prescott with a 43-yard touchdown run. 3 carries for 90 yards for Dak Prescott in this one. Deion Kane, touchdown catch, 2-point conversion. Greg Zuerlein with an extra point. The Steelers would take a 1-point lead with 4:53 remaining as Deion Kane would catch his second touchdown pass from Ben Roethlisberger. And then Michael Gallup with a 1-yard touchdown catch from Dak Prescott with a minute left. 2-point conversion is good. And the Dallas Cowboys are your Super Bowl champions. So let's advance. And knowing this game, this is going to be loud. So let me turn the volume down here real quick. And let's see how this goes. Oh, end of the year award. So I have to vote. Okay. Mahomes, yeah. Playoff MVP. Prescott, yeah. Offensive MVP. It's fine. Defensive MVP. Yeah, I'm not going to fuss too much about this. Sure. All right, let's... Oh, we are advancing. All right, so Pro Bowl. Let's advance. So, did we have any players make the Pro Bowl? Kyle Fuller makes the Pro Bowl for us. And I can remove people, I guess, if I want to. But I don't particularly want to, so we're going to stick with what we have. Jones, Wilson, and Breeze. Elliott, McCaffrey, Gurley, Dan Vitale. It looks like we just had the one, Kyle Fuller. 115 tackles. Oh, no, Roquan Smith made it as well. So we get 2 defensive Pro Bowlers, Roquan Smith and Kyle Fuller. All right, so let's show the score. AFC beats the NFC 33-30 in overtime. You got to love an overtime Pro Bowl, I think. 33-30, the final score there. Okay, that's all stuff I don't need. Let's advance. Let's go to the end of the season, and let's see what the offseason looks like here in Draft Day Sports Pro Football 2021. All right, so we're at the start of the season. Let's advance. What does season start include? Okay, I cannot sign free agents. Okay, that's fine. So let's, I guess, go to season start, I guess. All right, so we're picking 4th. All right, so coaching carousel, staff signing. Do we have to re-sign anybody? We don't. All right, I don't know. Oh, do I go here? Okay, yeah, so I go there. Let's take a look at James Faber. Vertical. Yeah, okay. So he likes to go over the top. He likes to have different wide receivers, but it's a good scout. I don't particularly like him, but I don't want to fire him and then have to pay somebody else. Yeah, I mean, I think we can work within this. It just means I need to get some more skill set at wide receiver. Get a deep threat or two. So, yeah. So I think I can work within that. The Bills tried to take Frank Smith from us. Not cool. Not cool at all. All right, so look at our needs. Off-season needs: quarterback, guard, tackle, tight end, wide receiver, cornerback, linebacker, defensive tackle, defensive end, and strong safety. So everything except for running back. I think that's pretty obvious. All right, so I think the first thing we need to do is we need to go here. And we'll go to roster management. And we are going to release Khalil Mack. Anybody else that we want to get rid of who's making a crazy amount of money? Eddie Jackson. It was Eddie. Eddie Goldman's pretty good. Bobby Massey, Nick Foles we're going to get rid of, I think. Yeah, we're going to get rid of Nick Foles. So roster, and we're just going to free up all sorts of money and just build this team from the ground up. Release. All right. So we've got $46 million to spend in free agency. So let's see what we have available. Bid on free agents. All right. So let's start with quarterbacks. So we have Dak Prescott, Tom Brady, Deshaun Watson, Tyrod Taylor. I mean, do we go after the big? He's asking for 3.7 to 5.7. So he grew up hating the Texans and ends up playing for the Texans. All right, so let's give him 5 years, and let's bump this up. I mean, I'm going to go all out here. Going to give him 6, and it's going to be front-loaded, I think. Bonus. Let's give him a bonus for 30 touch, a 5% bonus. I like that deal. So we still have, okay, so there's that. So let's look at wide receivers because we need to get him a deep threat or two. So speed and hands. A lot of young talent here. Kendrick Bourne, what does he want? He wants 2.5 to 3.4. Who's the fastest? Robbie Anderson. He wants more. Demir Bird doesn't want a ton. I think we go after one big name and then kind of take it down. Oh, wow, look at that. Cortland Sutton. Oops. He doesn't want much. He's got great hands, great speed, great hands. Cortland Sutton, come on down, baby. 2250, like that. And we are going to heavily front load that one. Roll starter. Submit offer. If we can start him across from Allen Robinson, and then tight ends. What do we got for tight ends that are any good? Jonnu Smith. Yeah, he's our guy. He's our guy. So he wants 2 years at 1.8, so 2250. What about that? All right. Guard, tackle, center. All right. Our starting center. So we need, I would say, a starting guard and then a backup offensive lineman. Starting guard and then backup offensive lineman. So where are we? So we got a 28-year-old Joe Thuney, 25-year-old Will Hernandez might be significantly cheaper. Yeah, Thuney wants a lot more. So let's go with someone like Will Hernandez. He wants 4 at 1.7. We'll bump this up to 2. And we will front load it. So we have Deshaun Watson, Cortland Sutton, Jonnu Smith, Will Hernandez. We're all set at running back. We still need, I don't want to spend all the money now. I want to see kind of, where we stand. I know we need a kicker. That was something we needed, but none of these guys are worth it, so we might just hold off there. All right, let's go back to the roster real quick. So we have, we need a ton of defensive players. We just need defense everywhere. We still have, we only have, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players on defense right now? All right, so let's go back to free agents and let's just sign a whole bunch of players. We need basically we need to start from the inside out. So let's clear all positions. Let's do this. Let's start with that. All right. Darius Leonard. He wants more. Jordan Willis. Brandon Williams. Ryan Anderson wants 3-6. Well, let's bring him back. Or try to bring him back, I should say. Oh, okay. So there's just not a lot here. So we may just need to, like, this may be one of our focuses in the draft. Ooh, J.C. Jackson is available. I could go after a J.C. Jackson. So he wants it backloaded. All right, so let's go 2250. Let's backload it like that. Let's look at the safety position. Where were we with the safeties? I think I'll make one or two more offers and then we'll sim ahead a week and see what happens. So we have one free safety, one strong safety. So we're going to need multiple safeties here, obviously. We only have one defensive lineman, so we have to sign some defensive line men. Defensive tackle, defensive end. J.J. Watt. I can bring in a J.J. Watt. Not for 4 years, though. Kenny Clark. I want to bring in players that aren't necessarily old. Kenny Clark wants 2.8. Fit to play. Sure, that works. All right, so let's... that's a good start, I think. So let's complete the day. So Kelsey. Okay. So does this show the other offers that they were given? I don't think it does. All right. So we made an offer to Kenny Clark. What about Harrison Phillips? I'd be happy just offering him the amount he's asking for. And then we need linebackers. Do we go? Let's see. He's a better tackler, but Jordan Willis looks to be the better player. Fred Warner in here. How much does he wants? 2.6 to 3.1. He only wants 2 years, so let's give him 3.5. And let's front load it. All right. So let's see if we can lock down any of these free agents. We signed Jonnu Smith. That's good. Did anybody that we were going after sign? It doesn't look like it. We got Jonnu Smith, so that's good. We signed our linebacker, Joel. I'm not going to pronounce his name. Nobody else has signed yet. San Francisco signs Tom Brady. So he spends 1 year with Tampa Bay and then moves on to San Francisco. The next day, we signed Harrison Phillips. We signed Cortland Sutton. We signed Jordan Willis. Let's see. Looks like... So we still have Watson, Jackson, and Clark out there. So if we go back to our roster now. So running backs, I mean, we need to bring in a fullback. We still need to bring in a backup offensive line, but I think we're good with Whitehair, Massey, Leno, James Daniels, and if we're able to sign another guard. We need another tight end, I think. Wide receivers, we've got Robinson and Cortland Sutton as our top two. Darnell Mooney is our number 3. I think we still need to bring in another wide receiver. It might be something we look at in the draft. We need another cornerback, at least one more cornerback. Linebackers, we've got 4, so we need at least another linebacker. We need more defensive tackles, and we need more safeties. So let's go back to free agency. And let's look at wide receivers again. Kind of want to bring in Kendrick Bourne. Although he's not that fast. He's got good hands. David Moore is faster. Moore played for Seattle last year. Had 100 receptions for 1,500 yards and 14 touchdowns. What does he want? 2.9 to 3. Bourne wants more. Moore appears to be the better get, especially with, I don't know, he's got an 86 agility. Godwin wants a bunch. I think we go after David Moore. He wants 2 years at 3.7, so let's give him 3.5. And we'll keep it balanced, and we'll submit that offer. All right, so now let's look at, we need the defensive line again. So we're still waiting on Kenny Clark, which will be 1. But we obviously need more than just 1. Mike Love, 79 strength. Could bring Abdullah Anderson back. I think that's probably a good call. Let's do that. Lawrence Guy, he wants a ton of money. I don't want to give him that much. Tim Settle, yeah, that looks 80 strength, 53 agility. And he's only 24, so there's potential room to grow there. So he wants 3 years. Let's give him 1,250. And we will backload that one. We need a safety. We need to bring in at least one safety here. And we have Eddie Jackson is free safety? Yeah, Eddie Jackson's a free safety. So we need, I mean, they're not bad. We have a 74 and a 77, so I don't know that we need to break the bank back at free safety, but it probably wouldn't hurt to pick up a quality third option back there in case of injury or, you know, what have you. But again, I don't want to jump into the, you know, well, I don't know. I mean, Jabril Peppers, yeah, I mean, that's too good a deal to pass up, and we'll even bump it up to 275, and we will front load it. All right, so let's sim ahead a day. So we signed Kenny Clark. Brian, any of our players sign? Any of the players that we want, I should say. So we signed David Moore. Is that it? Are we done with free agents? Yeah. That's weird how that works. Oh, the Broncos signed Deshaun Watson. Shit. Okay. All right, so scouting. What do I do here? How do I do this? Because we still don't have a quarterback. I mean, our roster is better than it was, you know, a month ago, but we still don't have a quarterback. We got a lot of wide receivers, Sutton, Robinson, and Moore, so we've got a really solid young core of wide receivers that we can throw the ball to. We just don't have anybody to throw them the ball yet. Is there like another free agent period? I mean, I hope so, because we need to get a quarterback. Oh, hell. Okay. Are you sure? Yes, I want to complete scouting. All right, so they think we are going to take Roger Avery, a strong safety, or Arthur Boyd. I could see us taking a quarterback. Let's get to the draft. All right. So we have the fourth pick. So let's just see what happens. So they take Joshua Thomas, a center, with the number 1 pick in the draft. Number 2 pick to the Bengals is Chris Shiflett, a defensive end. So I want to look at the war room here. Lewis Cohen. Oh, we didn't interview anybody. So that's our problem. I wasn't aware that that was something you could do. I guess I should have. All right. Well, we'll just sort of deal with it, I guess. I mean, we'll figure it out. We will figure this out with time, and I'm pretty confident with the fourth pick that we'll hit on something here. It's just a matter of kind of learning the ins and outs of the game. So, what happened? Get back into the draft. What are we doing? All right, so let's just go with the next pick, and they take Reinhardt, the defensive tackle. So now it is our pick. So now we have to go to the war room. They all think we should take Arthur Boyd, who is 23-year-old at a USC. Football IQ. This is all personality information. All right, well, I mean, I'll figure it out. So his accuracy is a C+, intelligence C-, certainty is a 50. What about Cohen? Cohen just looks to be better, more athletic, better football IQ, better intangibles. Yeah, we're going to take Lewis Cohen with our first pick in the draft. We're going to draft Lewis Cohen. Let's just see how this goes. Let's get back to this and see how they think we did. We needed a quarterback. We got a quarterback. We got a young star, hopefully, to build our team around. We got him at 4. Nice pick. Top 10 projection. Should make the team happy. The other guy says what? Talent is there. Easy pick. All right, so let's just get to our next pick. Yes. All right, so we have the 36th pick in the draft. Let's go back to the war room. And really, we need everything, right? We need everything except for running back. And they all think we should take Joseph Parent, and he was the one I was looking at initially. We could use another offensive lineman. I don't know that we want to take a 24-year-old. Joseph Parent, B plus physique, A technique, A strength, F agility, B hands. He's not afraid to work hard. Bit of a joker, good way. Has sufficient strength not to get bullied on run plays. Joseph Parent looks to be a pretty solid option. Scott Green is not as good. Fidel Desimone. That's a name for you. Yeah, I think Joseph Parent is a good pick for us. He's 20 years old. He's young. It's again, obviously a position of need. And yeah, so let's get out and see what they say about Joseph Parent. Decent selection. Picked up a guy that will help their team out. Solid and safe. Okay, let's go to the next human pick. So Bears, we need everything. We literally need everything. So this truly is best player available for us. And I think that the two of them want us to take Jose Kellogg. We do need a center. I don't believe we have a center on our team. It's a B plus blocker, B minus run blocker. We could take Deshaun Langlois. Pretty good straight speed. Will keep up with most receivers. Bad tackling. Terrible hands. His stuff is pretty good. Morale. He's a zealous baller. Okay. Tyler Linares. Crazy strong. He will steamroll opponents and crash the pocket. Not a speed rusher, but among the faster defensive tackles, enough explosiveness to get to the quarterback. That's all you really need. I like that. I like the strength and the speed out of Tyler Linares. So maybe we go back-to-back defensive ends here. I think that's what we're going to do. Let's see what they think of that pick. I think that's a good pick. It said he was a first to second round talent. We got him at the top of the third round. I kind of like that. Let's see what they think. Happy with this pick. Fortunate that he fell to him. Could be some issues with this pick for him to be available there. Well, we'll see. Next human pick. So we're in, so we have the fourth pick of the third round. Oh, wow. Okay, so we picked just a couple picks ago. All right, that's good. So let's go back to the war room. They all want us to take Charles Clegg. Where is Charles Clegg? Oh, he's way down here. No, I'm not going to take him. I think we're going to take Deshaun Langlois. We needed a cornerback, and he fits the bill. So let's get out there. Yeah, we had a couple of picks in the third round, couple of picks in the fourth round just from some of the trades that we made. So let's see what they think. So we've gone quarterback, defensive end, defensive tackle, cornerback here in the draft with our first 4 picks. And let's go to the next human pick. All right, so we're still in the third round. That's right, we had 3 third-round picks this year. So what do we do from here? So they think we need everything. Defensive end, linebacker, strong safety, free safety, guard, offensive lineman. William Ketchum is the number 1 player available. Driven by the love of the sport. Strong enough to flatten smaller blockers and strong enough not to be flattened by the bigger ones. Solid tackler, plays with intelligence, good tackling, good strength. He's not very athletic. He might be the pick, but I want to see what else is there. We need a guard, leadership skills, pass blocking B-, run blocking is an F. But we do run a, we are going to be a passing team. Willard Stevenson, no. No. I think we're going to go after Paul Vidal because we do need a Sue Speedy description. Speed A minus, hands A. He's not very agile, but he's smart. He's got great hands, great speed. We'll see if he's there in the next round. I mean, we did a pretty solid job. We're going to take Paul Vidal. We did a pretty solid job with our free agency at wide receiver. So I don't think we need to invest a ton into the wide receiver market in the draft. We still have like 6 more picks, I think. Decent selection. It's nice, I guess, when you're really bad that, it's just you pick up the best possible player at every pick. You don't have to worry about picking for need. So top of the 4th round, we have the first pick here in the 4th round, and that wide receiver is gone. That's fine. Thomas Kimball. I mean, we need a fullback, but I don't think we take a fullback in the 4th round. Physique, he's strong, he's agile, he's a good blocker, but Walter Cowell, he's a bad blocker. Strong, smart, bad technique. So basically he just goes out there and falls over himself. Matthew Hines. We do need a tight end. He's more of a blocking tight end, but good speed, good strength. I think Matthew Hines might be the pick because we do need a 3rd tight end behind. Or do we? Yeah, I mean, we're starting to get into some of the less, if you can find someone who's got 1 or 2 solid attributes, you jump, I think. Brandon Julian. He's B minus hands. William Miller, A plus speed. He's a homely introvert. I think we're going to take Matthew Hines, the tight end, out of Mississippi. And we should have another pick coming up really soon, I think. Yeah, we're picking in 2 more picks. So we get Matthew Hines at 97. They had him going at in the 2nd to 3rd round. We get him at the top of the 4th. It's fortunate. So far, they've liked every pick we've made. Some of this has to do with the fact that we didn't do a lot of scouting, or we didn't do any scouting. So hopefully this works out for us. But so far, they've liked every pick we've made. So we need a fullback. He's got A plus hands. I like that. I think we're going to take the A plus hands. He could be a 3rd down guy. Oh, he'll be available to us with that. We're going to take Thomas Kimball. We need it. We need a fullback. This allows us to get one. He's more of a run blocker than anything else, but that's fine. I think we have another pick here in the 4th round as well, so I'm comfortable with this. 2nd round option at pick 100. I mean, if he is truly a 2nd round talent, I'm happy with it. Let's go to our next pick. All right, so we're into the 5th round now. War Room. Maurice Connors is still there, and I think that's going to be our guy. Let's back out of this for a sec. So, running back, center, punter, kicker, defensive end, linebacker, and safety. Okay. So, Mark Sprague is the best player available, they say. Speed A, agility C. He's got good technique, good athleticism, good football IQ. Can't tackle. He's got terrible hands, but he should be able to stay with his man Michael Bragg. He's only 20. Brandon Julian. We're going to go Brandon Julian because he's a B pass blocker. And it did say we needed a center, right? Yeah. All right. So Brandon Julian is going to be that pick. And let's back out. Let's see what they say. I hope there's another round of free agency. Because we do need a veteran quarterback to come in at this point. We didn't get Deshaun. He signed a 1-year contract with the Denver Broncos. Okay, so one guy likes every pick we make. One guy is meh. Next human selection. All right, so we're into the 7th round. So we didn't have a 6th round pick. So I think this is our final pick. What do we got for kickers? Oh, every kicker is undrafted. Okay. And that's fine. That means we can probably find somebody afterwards to compete. So I'm not going to waste too much time with that. Let's look at safeties. Herman O'Brien. Good hands, bad tackler. Late rounds. Let's do all positions. So the head coach and the offensive coordinator suggest Jeffrey Jorgensen. Where is he? Clear positions, running back. Late rounds. He's 24 years old. Good agility, good speed. Crazy fast. He would be our 3rd running back. Defensive coordinator suggests Donald Freund. I think we're going to take Freund just because he was projected the highest, projected in round 3, and we're going to take him in round 7. I feel like that's a great pick. I mean, if he was a 3rd round talent, we got him in the 7th round. And that should be it for the draft, I think. I don't think we have another 7th round pick. And he's going to say there could be some issues. Yep. All right, so I think that's it. I think we're done, right? Oh, yeah, look at that. He's a stud. Starting from day 1, baby. All right, cool. All right, so let's return to the show. I guess we're done with the draft. Are we done with the draft? We are. Okay, and we're back into free agency. All right. So let's bid on free agents. Does it leave the people that we had? No, it doesn't. All right, so we have $17 million left. Let's look at our roster now and see what we need. So we need a veteran quarterback to come in behind Lewis Cohen. I think we're set at running back with Cohen and Montgomery. We have our fullback. James Daniels will start at one guard position. Paul Vidal will probably start at the other. We've got Leno and Massey as our guards. Whitehair with Julian backing him up. We've got our 3 tight ends with Jonnu Smith starting. Our wide receivers, I think, are pretty stacked now with Sutton, Robinson, and Moore. Cornerbacks, Deshaun Langlois, who is one of our first picks. From a rating perspective, is the best cornerback we have now with Jalen Johnson. So we could use a better cornerback. We definitely need a linebacker or 2. I think we did a good job on the defensive line. If we run a 4-3, we've got Kenny Clark, Eddie Goldman, Harrison Phillips, and Joseph Parent. So That's pretty good. That's a pretty good front four. So we need, I would say, probably 2 linebackers and then safeties. So we're gonna be looking defensively here at some players. So let's look at cornerbacks. I know we had our eyes set on J.C. Jackson earlier. Is he still there? He is. So we are going to offer him $2.5 million contract, and it's going to be balanced. So it's 4 years, $10 million for J.C. Jackson. We need at least another linebacker. Our linebacking situation is not fantastic. Ebukam isn't bad. He wants 1.9, so we'll offer him 2. And we'll leave it balanced. And we need safeties. That was the other thing. Peppers was the one we were looking at. So he wants 2 to 2.9. I'm just going down the list and seeing if we can get a value anywhere. Peppers seems like the right pick. Although that number's jumped up. That number's jumped up to 3.1. That's okay, though. If we front load it, maybe we can get him to commit. And then we need a backup. Thomas Gaines is 22 years old. Oops. He's 27. James Sanderson, that works. All right, let's go back and let's look at... We need another running back because we only have 2 running backs right now. So it would be nice to bring in a third back. Darius Jackson did a nice job for us, but I don't know that... Jalen Samuels doesn't want a ton of money. I don't want to pay those guys that much. I think Jalen Samuels, he's cheap. All right, so let's sim ahead a day and see if we are able to get some of these guys. Did we sign anyone? Inbox. Pepper signed with the Eagles. Ebukam signed with the Panthers. And they also signed J.C. Jackson. Damn it. Okay. That's not good. All right. We need a kicker. Paul Martinez. Is he better than what we have? He's a 76 at age 22. Oh, do we not have a kicker or a punter? And we don't. Okay. So we have to sign a free agent kicker and punter. Well, that's good to know anyway. So let's go to bid on free agents. Let's just get that out of the way. Let's find ourselves a kicker and a punter. All right, so Paul Martinez, we will offer him this contract. Let's offer him $1 million. See if that works. And we need a punter. Sure, he's 24. That works. Jamie Gillian. He wanted 600. All right, so we need to go back to cornerback. We didn't get J.C. Jackson, so we're going to need to come up. What's plan B here? Kyle Fuller. We can bring Fuller back. Not at 2.3, though. There are better players for less. Like Dante Jackson, for example. Let's offer him 2. And let's go over to linebackers again. Jack Cicci. An 81 tackler. Sure, he looks pretty good. Wants 1.1, so let's offer him 1.5. And let's complete a day. Did we sign anybody? We signed James Sanderson. It's our backup safety. It looks like that's the only one so far. Let's complete the current day. So we got mail, which means we didn't sign somebody. Who didn't we sign? Dante Jackson. Okay. They signed him 2 years at 1.9. Let's get back to free agency and let's look. So we need a cornerback. So we still have offers out to... Wait a second. Samuels, Martinez. Did we sign our punter? Did I miss all this? Did I miss some of this? Oh, we still got to sign a backup quarterback. Yeah, we still have our top two. We need linebackers. We absolutely need linebackers. So linebackers, let's look at backup quarterbacks because that's something we need as well. Did we sign in round 8? We signed Jamie Gillian. And that was it so far. We signed our punter. So we're going to go ham on linebackers here, I think. But first things first is a backup quarterback. And there's not a whole lot left, and that was kind of to be expected. So hopefully we don't get hurt here. Our young stud doesn't get hurt. But we are going to go with Marcus Mariota. I mean, I guess we can sign him to a 3-year contract. All right, so we offer Marcus Mariota a contract to be our backup quarterback, and now we need linebackers. We have Jack Cicci on there. We need at least one more. And then we'll have to take a look at cornerbacks again. TJ Edwards... Malik Reed, Leon Jacobs. Can I bring in both of these guys? Let's try to bring in Oren Burks. He wants 1.8, so we'll offer him 2.50. And we'll front load it and we'll submit the offer. And we'll try Leon Jacobs as well. Yeah, let's try Leon Jacobs as well with that same contract. He wants 4 years. Okay, that's fine. And then let's go back to cornerbacks. Taron Johnson, Torrey McTire, bad tackler, LaMarcus Joyner. Who's the best tackling cornerback out there? Joyner. Who's got the best hands? Josh Norman. Ronald Darby wants a lot. I don't want to give him a lot. Jalen Ramsey actually doesn't want that much, and his ratings are okay. So let's go after Jalen Ramsey. Let's offer him 1.85. See how that works. Oops. And let's sim ahead a day. All right, so who didn't we sign? Let's start with that. Oh, crap. We didn't get our kicker. Okay. Let's look at everything else. So we definitely are going to need to sort that out. Did anybody actually sign with us? So round 9, we signed Jalen Ramsey. Okay. And that was it. All right, so let's go back to free agency. Let's find ourselves a kicker, shall we? All right. Jake Hammett. 93 kick accuracy. Yeah, sure. Wants 3 years at 680. I'll give you 3 years at $1 million just because I need a kicker. And let's complete the day and see if we can sign any of these guys. All right, so we're into preseason. So week 10. All right, so week 10, we signed Jalen Samuels. We signed Oren Burks. We signed Leon Jacobs. We signed Jack Cicci. We signed Jake Hammett. We signed Marcus Mariota. All right. So where are we from a money perspective? We've got $3 million under the cap. Let's look at our roster and see position counts. So we're going to need one more quarterback. We're set on running back, and we could bring. I mean, we have money, and most of these people are going to be cheap. So I think we bring in another quarterback. We bring in another wide receiver, or another running back, another quarterback, another running back, another wide receiver. We could use some more offensive linemen. We need another defensive end. We're set at linebacker. We're set at cornerback. Okay, so we do need a few more players. So let's bring in a third string quarterback. Let's bring in a young guy. Let's bring in a 20-year-old Robert Crowley. Cool. So let's go to running back now. Actually, let's go to, we needed another defensive end. That was something we needed just to get back up to so we'll bring in Claude Curry. Now, I wonder, is this really going to allow me to bring in someone like Valdez Scantling for $300,000? Yeah, it will. That's broken AF, guys. That is just broken. Because I can do that, I'm not going to. I'll let the AI do it because that doesn't make any sense to me. Let's go back to position counts. Is there anywhere else we're short? Strong safety. Okay. So I really like the offseason. I like the way it plays out. I think they handle it really well. I don't like the fact that I can sign all these guys for $300,000, which means I can just find the best players available and go, I want you, I want you, I want you, and I want you. Because I'm just going to sign a bunch of players here now that are. I'm not going to sign the elite players. I've already said that, but I mean, I've got $2 million. Each player's $300,000, so I can bring in another 6 or 7 players here if I want to. Position counts, again, we're fine on quarterbacks. We could use another running back, maybe another wide receiver, another running back, another wide receiver, another offensive lineman. Let's start at offense. So running back and offensive line. So let's do that. Let's bring in a running back and an offense and another offensive lineman or two. Running back. Oops. All right. So who do I want to bring in? And again, I'm not gonna go after the best. It just doesn't make any sense. I might go after kind of young-ish type players, who might. Donald Vaughn. He's a speed guy. Sure, we'll bring in Donald Vaughn to be our third running back. Let's look at offensive line. I just want young players, so we'll bring in Clinton Ryan. And what is this? What's going on here? That's not what I want. I want to do guard and tackle. And again, just looking for young players that might that we can. All right, so we brought in 2 more offensive linemen. So if we go back to the roster, position counts. So we are good at our offensive. We have 2 additional offensive linemen. We could use another defensive end and another safety of some sort. So let's go back here. Man, we spent a ton of money this year, but I think we did it right. We got our starting quarterback for sure. So let's go here and defensive end. So again, we're looking for younger players. Jonathan Hawk, that's a cool name, so we'll sign him. Let's get rid of the defensive ends. And David Nelson looks good. Cool. All right, so that is everything we have. Let's save. We have signed all of our players. We have, if we look at our roster real quick, we'll take a look at the most recent draft. Where do we do that? Probably League Media. Draft, that's draft picks. Magazines, that's the draft guide. This is the upcoming draft, I think. Yeah, this is the upcoming draft. Let's just look at, can we get there under team info maybe? No. That's fine. So let's just do it this way. I think I can remember most of my, and I think I'm going to play game 1 in the next episode, guys, just to kind of, see how it works. Lewis Cohen is our new starting quarterback. His ratings aren't quite as good as they were. Oh, no, they are. He's an 82 overall, 71 agility, 73 arm, 86 intelligence, 75 accuracy, 74 speed, 93 work ethic. And he is our guy. He is our starting quarterback day 1. Donald Vaughn, it was the fullback, Thomas Kimball. An 85 overall fullback, 83 strength, 81 speed. You like that. Paul Vidal was our 3rd round pick this year, 69 overall, 91 strength. Pass blocking is 74. So he's a good overall guard. So that's nice. Brandon Julian was our 5th round pick, overall 77. Very good blocking center. Clinton Ryan was somebody we picked up in free agency. Matthew Hines, 66 overall tight end, decent speed, decent hands. It's going to be our 3rd string tight end behind Jonnu Smith and Cole Kmet. We didn't spend any resources on wide receivers. I think we're good with Sutton, Robinson, Moore, Mooney, and Ridley as our top 5. Cornerbacks, we picked up Deshaun Langlois in the 3rd round, 76 overall, 87 agility, 88 hands. He's going to be a solid one for us. Defensively, Tyler Linares was our 3rd round pick, 62 overall. Not great, but a 90 strength. So hoping for some good things there. Claude Curry was, we picked him up late. Donald Freund was our 7th round pick, and he's a 64 overall. So that'll be a good pick, I think. Joseph Parent was our 2nd round pick, 75 overall, 83 strength. He's going to be a beast at defensive end. And then I think that was it. Or did we? No, we drafted one of these guys. Was it David Nelson? No, these guys were both undrafted. So I'm glad we picked up our guy. We picked up our quarterback of the future. Let's just sim through training camps. Actually, let's go here. Default schedule. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's right. I went in and I set all this. So I'm gonna let it just do default. I don't necessarily need to be changing it for anybody, so we will just complete, and we'll see what sorts of ratings bumps we get, and then we'll call it an episode. So Lachavious Simmons, who was an undrafted free agent, had the single highest jump in the NFL, a 27 overall net gain. If we look at the Chicago Bears, wow, look at that's crazy. Kimball's up there, so that's nice. He's an 86 overall. Jordan Willis, Jalen Samuels, Roquan Smith. Where is our guy? Where is our QB? Lewis Cohen right here is an 82 overall. Still an 82 overall. All right, cool. So that's going to do it, guys. I'm having fun. Front office football I think is a more involved football sim. I think I'm enjoying that one a little bit more, but I am also enjoying this one. So I think we'll keep up the schedule of front office football once a week, and then I'll fit this one in as I can. So next week we will set depth charts. We'll make sure our offensive and defensive strategies are set the way they are. We will play. We'll sim through the preseason. We'll play game 1 against the Detroit Lions. So guys, I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to everybody soon. Bye bye.